It was another cold and lonely night at my normal dive, the Blarney Stone Pub. Drowning out the noise and confusion in my head, a hammer on the rocks can really break loose that damnable pressure. I didn't know you were back to smoking geysers. Those things will only lead to trouble for you, man. I've been feeling a bit under pressure, Rocky. Now you is my good friend, but don't stop preaching on the rock about my health. I ain't in no place to judge. Out of all the grime and punks I've seen, you's the only guy who hasn't started shaking up things around here. Used to be that way, Rocky, but that ain't me no more. That ain't me. Same routine every million years or so. Get up, brush my teeth with rock salt and Regolith Fresh, slink into work, and then fall into a bottle at the end. Tectonic City is filled with all the big shakers and quakers. With plate tectonics moving everything around, nothing ever really stays the same. Plates get closer, some get farther apart. However, they're both luckier than those who just can't take the heat no more, and they blow their tops. And it's those guys that I see in my office every day.
Mr. Caldera, you got a customer.
What's he look like?
She goes by the name of Ruby. A pretty gem of a girl.
Okay, send her in. Gyms are hard to come by in this city. Corundum girls come from oxygen and aluminum being packed together, but I can't complain. They're easy on the eyes and they smell like carrots. They hang out under big mountainous regions where they get 100-mile pressure that they love so much. Over time, though, the mountains erode, showing dikes and batholiths, and great amounts of metamorphic rocks everywhere.
Ding! Hello, detective. I need your help.
Now, if I wasn't looking at Ruby, and you told me that there was a girl with cleavage like that, I would have mined that last bit of sanity left in your skull and sent it to the fiery mantle. She had to at least have 6 planes of cleavage, cut and polished, gleaming like the midday sun on a mirror. And this baby was sporting a sweet amount of chromium for that blood-red finish.
My name is Ruby Corundum, and I have had a horrible tragedy. My dear sister Sapphire was jewel-napped, and I'm so very afraid I'll never see her again.
So many jewels get nabbed in this town. You'd never wonder why they're so rare. If they ain't taken by impulsive savages looking to make a quick grand, they usually fall into big crime mobs. Now, people often forget that plate tectonics ain't very sweet themselves, often just subducting those that they don't really care for that much and burning them. But they don't compare to the big names, no. The Mayfic Mafia and the oh-so-very violent Felsic Syndicate have them topped. It's a damn shame, really, and call me a soft piece of gypsum, but I couldn't bear to see Ruby cry no more. I'm deeply sorrowful for the unfortunate situation you have, and I wish to help you. Is there anything you can tell me about her and her disappearance? What happened and when did it happen?
It happened a few hundred years ago. My sister and I were becoming a bit distant, what with being on different sides of a transform vault. We wasn't mad at each other, but we was stressed and moving away. And that is when I saw she was getting close to the convergent boundary where there was making magma plumes. And I warned her not to get near them. But you know us metamorphic gals. We like being under pressure or having contact with the volcanic crowd. One day I just up and lost sight of her, and all I could see was a trail of white ash where she used to be.
It sounds like they was having a volcanic event up top. And if it's white ash, then most likely it was a Felsic thug. They're notorious for being explosive and losing their tops. But there's still a chance that she might be around someplace, dislodged during a gaseous explosion and sent flying somewhere far away. Or maybe she hooked up with a nice guy, being old bits of granite before the regional popo put a pressure on them. You could see the foliation in them and everything.
You really think that she might be alright? I can't bear the thought of losing my sister Sappy like that. She's the pure crust. Please, detective, save my sister.
Anything is possible, Ruby. I'm gonna put the kibosh on them Felsic Syndicate goons. I remember my time with Tough. That guy ain't nearly as tough as the rocks had you believe. Nothing but smoke and ash stuck together. Besides, Sapphire has a bit of iron and titanium put into her, giving her that cool blue finish. She's tough as nails.
Oh, thank you, Caldera, thank you!
She then proceeds to hug me. Think what you want, but I wouldn't mind being fitted for that, Jim. She makes the steam rise in my veins well above boiling. For a sister, it doesn't sound too good. Not many survive the magma contact, and those that do never really are the same again. A good friend of mine, Lieutenant Limestone, was contacted by a magma chamber, and then lost his marble as he became marbles. Starting thinking himself a work of art and studying philosophy and whatnot. The ultimate drift is that Miss Sapphire is probably burdened with them Felsics, being forced to change and do whatever they tell him. Next thing you know, she'll be blowing the tops off of mountains, causing the next Mount St. Helens. Either that or the eye of the lazy jackal volcano in Iceland. But if there's one thing I know, is that when under pressure, even flaky coal can turn into diamonds. I'll find Sappy. Hopefully alive.